Hello everybody and welcome to science class. Remember, I'm going to be reading out of my science book. You do not have one, but that is okay. I will show you the pictures and we will get along just fine with just this one book. So we've been talking about the different parts of matter. There are three different parts of matter. I almost second guessed myself there. There are three different parts of matter. Can you name them for me? Do you know? So we talked about one already. We talked about a solid, right? And then there's two other parts that we're going to talk about today. A liquid and a gas. So let's jump right in. First we're going to start with liquid. Liquid is another form of matter. A liquid is a matter that flows. It can be weighed and takes up space. But liquid keeps its size. But it does not keep its shape. It changes to fit its container. This is the same amount of milk here as it is in this bowl, but it changes shape to fit the container. It's the same amount, but a different shape. Not all liquids are the same. Some are thick. A thick liquid flows slowly. Honey is a thick liquid. Can you think of any other thick liquids? Maybe syrup or molasses? See if you can think of any more. Some liquids are thin. A thin liquid flows quickly. Water is a thin liquid. Can you think of another thin liquid? Let's try to think. Maybe juice could be a thin liquid. Soda could be a thin liquid. Good job. Some liquids mix together well. Chocolate and milk mix together really well, don't they? Other liquids such as oil and water do not mix. Water and oil stay apart from each other. This is because they are different types of liquid. If you have the time to do this at home, you're welcome to try. Just be sure you have permission first. But you can put some water in a glass and some oil in a glass and see which one stays on top. I don't know if you remember, but when we did our layers of the atmosphere of Earth, we did 5 layers, and we used 5 different liquids to make those layers. I can't remember them all, but I know we did water and dish soap and honey and oil, and I can't remember the last one. That's a bonus right there if you can remember the last one. But we were able to balance all of those liquids on top of each other, and that's exactly what oil and water do as well. Next one, gases. Gas is another form of matter. A gas can be weighed and takes up space, but it does not keep its shape or its size. It spreads out to fit the size and the shape of its container. Gases are all around you. Air is made up of different gases. These gases mix together. You breathe these gases all the time. You cannot see gas, but you can see what they do. On this part, you can see there's a balloon that's not inflated. It's empty. And it says 25 or 0.025 ounces. And then over here is 0.030 ounces when it's all blown up. So you can weigh gas like air and things like that, but it spreads out quite a lot. Ooh, so sorry, I'm yawning over here. I hope that wasn't contagious. You use gases to blow up a balloon. You blow a bubble with gum by filling the gum with gases. Some gases can mix with liquids. The gases give the liquids a fizzy taste, like in soda. We use each form of matter in our lives every day. Our wise God made all forms of matter for us to use and enjoy. See if you can see on this picture where the gases are being used. We have the helium in balloons, and the air in a bubble, and even the gases and the fizzies in the soda. All different places. As you go throughout your day today, see if you can find different types of matter that you are using, whether it be something like your drink, or your clothes that you wear, or even if you blow a bubble with some gum today. Last bit. Parts of things. All objects are made of matter. Most objects are made of different parts. The parts are made of matter too. Different parts may have different jobs, but all the parts are needed for the object to work. Some objects have only a few parts. A kite has a few parts. You can take the kite apart. You can look at each of the parts. Then you can put the kite back together. The kite parts go together to make the kite. See right here? There's a kite down there. A car is an object with many parts. It has a frame and wheels. It has an engine. The engine uses fuel. Each of these parts is important for the car. If any part is missing, the car will not run. Here's the car and its parts. Don't take your car apart then. You can probably put a kite back together way easier than you could put a car back together. Alright, so here's an extra activity if you would like to use it. If you have the objects nearby. If not, it is okay. If you would like to, you can see which liquids go faster. What you could use is like a baking sheet. And then you could use two different kinds of liquids. The liquids that I would suggest that you use are water and honey. So you would have water in a cup on one side and honey in a cup on the other. Slant the baking sheet a little bit. Maybe you could even have mom or dad hold it at a slant to where it's kind of like a slope, like a racetrack. And then on the count of 3, pour your water and honey at the same time. See which one gets down to the bottom fastest. If you can use your skills that we have learned with science on how liquids works, which one would you guess gets to the bottom fastest? Would a thin liquid or a thick liquid get there faster? If you would like to find out, that is something you guys can do this week. I hope you had a great time in science, and I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.